What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we're here for the series premiere of Queens on ABC. This is season 1, episode 1. The episode is titled 1999. You guys, I really think I'm gonna enjoy Queens. So far, the first episode was really good. But before we get into that, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and are not already subscribed, I need you guys to do me a big favor and stop taking me out on this date. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell button, share the video, and with that out the way, without further ado, let's discuss Queens on ABC. Shall we? All right, you guys. So the episode opens up, and we are in 1999. So we're on the set of the video for the Nasty Bitches. I think that's the name of the group. So then we move forward 20 years later. So we see where everyone is present day. So I'm gonna go on a rundown of the ladies' names right now. So Eve, her character's name is P Nasty or Professor Sex or P Nasty, but her real name is Brianna. Then we have the Thrill, whose real name is Jill, who's been played by Naturi Naughton. We have Butter Pecan, aka Valeria, who is portrayed by, her last name is Valdez. I can't think of, I'm so sorry, I don't know her name. I should have got it. So then we have a guy named E-Rock, who is their manager. His real name is Eric. And then the last person we have, her name is Explicit Lyrics. Naomi is her real name, and that is Brandy's character. So let's talk about Brianna, who is Eve's character. So Brianna is now basically she's I don't know if she's a housewife per se, but she has 5 children. She's married. She drives a minivan. And looking at her from 1999 and to 2021, I'm like, damn, that's a stark comparison. Because even when she went shopping, and I was like, damn, you in a minivan, So there was a guy like, oh, that's her. Like, she was in a girl group. They thought she was in TLC. And the boy's girlfriend like, nigga, ain't nobody from TLC finna be driving no minivan with them dirty ass sweats on. So her husband's name is Jeff, who's played by the guy who played Tariq on Sister Sister. He played on that show that LeBron James produced. So his name is Jeff on here, right? So Jeff is waiting for a CT scan to see what's going on. We'll discuss that a little bit later. Now, the Thrill, aka Jill, aka Naturi Naughton, she is at a confessional. She's, professing her sins, right? She has sinned. So she is telling the father that she sinned, that, she's avoiding sex with her husband, and that she's in love with someone else. Her story is juicy. Should we talk about her story? No, we ain't gonna talk about it just yet. So Butter Pecan, Valeria. So Valeria is the only one of the ladies who's actually done something with her career, right? She's gone from being being a part of the Nasty Bitches group. She's parlayed that into being a TV co-host. So I was getting the vibe that maybe she's like a daytime co-host, like for The View, right? But I don't think they're taking her too seriously. We'll talk about her in a little bit as well. So Explicit Lyrics, Naomi, aka Brandy, we see her. So she's working the club, she's working the if you guys watch the television show Nashville, they played in like the little honky tonk bars, right? So that's what she's doing, and she's singing, she's not rapping. So then a guy asks her, are you one of those nasty bitches? So then she gets up and she starts spitting her lyrics. I'm like, oh shit, Brandy, come on. I was here for it, right? So yeah, I've already talked about Brianna riding around in that minivan. So after she had that interaction with those people, right? Brianna went and got her some sexy lingerie and went home to, show her man like, hey, I still got it, baby. Even though we got 5 kids, I still got that shit. So she walks up the stairs and she hears moaning. I was like, ooh, that ain't you. Who is that in your room? Go in there and he is banging one of his students. And me and her said at the same time, a white girl? You're banging a white girl, but okay, go on ahead and have fun. So then we see them later in the episode, they're having dinner, and she couldn't anymore. She was like, you know what, this, and she went out to the car and turned on the radio, and there was their song playing. So she then called Jill up on the phone. So I'm gonna pause here and we're gonna move on forward. All right, you guys. So Jill, Jill is interesting, right? So Jill, she's in the bathroom and she's checking to see if she's fertile. Unfortunately for her, she's fertile. But I think she went back and lied to her husband, told her she wasn't fertile, right? So he's disappointed. So I'm like, oh, he wants more kids, but I don't think she does. Either he, well, actually, I don't even know if they have kids. Let's put it that way. I don't know if they have kids because they never said. So he wants kids. Obviously, she don't, or if she does, not with him. So then Jill goes downstairs and there's a woman that comes in. Her name is Tina. And I was looking at Tina. I'm like, okay. Because Tina knows what's going on with Jill. I'm like, So this is your best friend that you confided in, right? So then Tina and Jill, they embraced each other. And it was the hug. I was like, oh, shit. I'm like, Tina and Jill are okay. She's a rainbow. She's part of the rainbow. She's part of the LGBT community. I was like, cool, 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 cool. I like it. But the thing is, Jill is afraid to come out, right? Because Jill is a Catholic. Her dad is a deacon. I'm like, damn. So so at this point, Jill just is afraid to be herself. But Tina's like, you know what? Like, I love you, but I gotta love myself enough to be like, I want to be happy. I want to be open with the person that I love. So I was like, oh, poor Jill. So then we see Naomi. So Naomi is in Atlanta. Naomi is visiting her at her mother's house, and she's visiting her daughter. Now, I was wondering. So the young lady that's playing JoJo, who is Naomi's daughter, she played this character on Days of Our Lives, and I was confused when they recast her. But then I like, oh, that's why they recast her, because she left Days of Our Lives for this show. Cool. So her daughter don't want to see her because basically for the last 20 something years, Naomi has still been chasing that fame. So let's talk about Valeria real quick, right? So Valeria is getting ready to go out on set, right? Somebody comes in there and they're talking to her. So Valeria is in her feelings and she got this little vial and she pours it in the coffee cup. I'm like, girl, who coffee cup is you spiking? When I saw the bottle, I'm like, girl, please don't tell me you doing that, white girl. Like, please don't tell me you own the cocaine. But it wasn't. She was just basically spiking something, right? So we see as her co-host is on television, she's talking about all lives matter. I'm like, oh, you racist and you spilling your racist heart. So then we see E-Rock. So E-Rock pulls up on Valeria and he's telling her that he wants to get the band back together, right? So then we see, Valeria, Naomi, Jill, and Brianna as they meet up for the first time in 20 years since their breakup. So obviously with them, they must have had, so from what they're saying, they had a big fight that broke up the group 20 years ago, right? Shit, I see what the fight was about. And I see who started the fight. Bitch, as soon as Naomi laid eyes on Valeria, Naomi said, square up, bitch. And she just pounced on Valeria. I was like, oh shit. And then I put two and two together why Valeria and Naomi are fought. They fought because Valeria had a relationship with Eric and so did Naomi. So Eric as well as another guy come in, and what they want to do is they want to get the group back together so that they can perform at the BET Awards, right? So Eric has this artist by the name of Little Muffin. I'm like, who came up with that name for her? Little Muffin? So Little Muffin's gonna perform, right? But what they want to happen is for Little Muffin to perform and then the nasty bitches to come out in conjunction with her, right? And they'll all get paid $50K. Now Valeria thinks she's so much better than I'm like, oh, okay. A little bougie boo. Okay. We're gonna pause here and we're gonna move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So Bree just told. Brianna was talking to, who was she talking to? She was talking to Jill and Naomi. She spilled the beans right away that her husband was banging his student, and she caught him sleeping with him. And I'm like, he still has penis. He's still alive. He's done this. So we found out that Bree dated Ja Rule back in the day, right? He cheated on her and she set fire to his car. She's like, he drives a Prius and the insurance is in our name. I'm like, I'm with Naomi. You should have slipped. You should have, should have burned his car. You should have did something to him, right? So she tells him that Now, see, I really felt bad for Brianna in this scene because Brianna just staying with this man because of the kids. I'm like, no, don't stay with this man just because of the kids, right? So then we see Naomi, right? So Naomi goes up to the bar and Eric is there. She tells him to buy her a drink. And then he asks her if she's still doing music. She says, these people don't want Brianna. They want explicit lyrics. And then, not Bree, Naomi. So then we see Naomi and Eric. They go back to her room and they getting it in. So then let's move back over to Miss Valeria. So the big bosses have called Valeria in because they noticed on a camera monitor that Valeria switched out the cups. So she tried to play hardball with them, but they like, oh no, baby, we got you. What you gonna do is you gonna leave. So then we see her. She had to leave her tail between her legs, right? So then we see Valeria, and she is she's in her car. She's looking at the picture of them, right? And I'm like, oh, you were better than them just a minute ago, but now you need them, don't you? So then we see her. She meets up with the group and she tells them that, hey, we should do the performance now. I'm like, and then Naomi got a Google alert. Girl, you just left your job, huh? That's why you want to come back to us, right? But they eventually agreed to do it, right? So then we see them doing a little bit of a cipher and it was amazing. I loved it. I need that. I need that in my life. And even Lil Muffin joined them. She's real good. So then Jeff comes in while they're there and he lets them know, hey, the CT scan, it reveals that I have cancer. So Brianna and Jeff told the kids that he has cancer. Then this fool had the audacity to sit there and try to blame the cancer on him cheating. I was like, nigga, don't even try it. So then we see Valeria and Naomi. So Valeria and Naomi, they have a heart-to-heart about her daughter JoJo, right? So I guess, Valeria was part of in foster care, right? Her mother gave her away. And I was looking at Naomi because Naomi kept talking about JoJo's father. I'm like, I have a sneaky feeling that Eric is JoJo's father. So then we see Lil Muffin, whose name is actually Lauren. I don't know where they got Lil Muffin from. And she's talking to Jill, right? So she's telling Jill that she's upset and she's just talking about, guys basically just have their hands in her pockets, right? And Jill tells her not to let this persona define who she is because if she does, once this is all said and done, she won't even recognize herself, right? And I forgot to mention, Jill probably is a recovering addict because Naomi blurred that out that she used to do coke back in the day, right? So then Lauren in the bathroom about to powder her nose, literally powder her nose. So then they go into Lauren's house and she has overdosed. I'm like, well, damn, how much did you do? So then we see they call the ambulance. So she's actually at the county hospital, and then the white guy, I don't know what his name is. He came in there, right? He was upset. He's all about business, and Jill was like, wait a minute, this girl just overdosed. She needs to go to rehab. And he told them basically she's performing by herself. Y'all out. Jill 5-fingered his ass, just slapped him across the face, and I'm like, damn. So then Jill and Naomi got into it. I'm like, see, with Naomi and with Valeria, y'all are only about y'allself. And actually, Brianna actually called that shit out, right? And out the blue, Jill just tells them, I'm gay. And that she's in love with Tina. I was like, well, damn. You win. So then Lauren comes in, and Lauren thanks, Jill for, just checking on her, taking care of her when she was at her most vulnerable state. And she tells them that she cannot perform without them. So then in the episode, we see them on stage. They doing a performance. And Jill, she basically shout out her boo Tina and let it be known, I'm a lesbian and I'm in love with my girl Tina. And I'm trying to leave my husband, basically. But that's the end of the episode, you guys. That was the first episode was really good. I enjoyed it. So we'll be back next week with episode 2. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell button so you guys are notified when I drop anything else. Share the video and until the next one. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Remember, wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'm gonna catch you good people in the next one. Bye, guys.